A Texan shave, steel in hand, traditional wet, shaving smooth and grand.
Howdy, welcome back to A Texan Shaves. Today we have an extra special video. We're going to be doing a product review for a brand new razor from Maxwell June. And that is the Maxwell June three-piece DE razor. And I have it in pieces here. I'm going to show it all in pieces first and then I'll put it together. But first let's go over the software. I'm going to be using Subtle Art Soaps Piped In. Let me get that in the frame there. And I do have the splash. This is basically the same as my shave of the day I did today. And going to be using the Grizzly Bay. I call this the Duracell. He called it Copper Top, but to me it looks like a Duracell battery, so that's its name. We're going to do a dry brush load, but I forgot my mug. Let me grab it real quick. So, get that water warmed up. Go ahead and get this brush ready while we're talking about it. So dry brush load, just get some soap in the dry brush there. That should be plenty. Close that up. Just a little bit of water in the mug. I'm going to dip the tips down in there. There we go. Let that soak. All right. So Maxwell June three-piece DE razor. This is information that I got from Maxwell June when they reached out to me, asked me if I wanted a trial version to let them know what I thought about this razor. So it's a 3/16 stainless all around. We are likely doing a machined and tumbled version for under $100. Then a polished version for just over $100, maybe $110. So without further ado, let me get this razor together. I was going to show it in pieces first, but I'll show pieces after. So let's show it to you again. Now, if you've seen my videos and posts lately, I've been using this razor exclusively for the past 3-4 days. And so here we are. Beautiful, beautiful razor with the MJ on the head. And this handle, I really love this handle. Oh, let's get that back in focus. The knurling is fantastic. It's very smooth but grippy at the same time. No issues whatsoever with the knurling. All right, so I'm going to show you the base plate. Extra large lather channels. There is no issue ever of this clogging. The clamping on this is fantastic. The chatter, there's no chatter, and the audible feedback is different from other razors I have. It is not muted, but it's just an interesting sound. If you've watched my past few videos that I've used it in, you've probably noticed, and I even commented on it once. Now, they do have what's called an EX head. And this is it here, and it's denoted with a little EX there on the bottom of the head. See if I can get that to show. There you go. And the difference between these two, the EX is a little more efficient. But the difference is they don't do the efficiency by changing the gap or anything like else. All the geometry is exactly the same. This head is just a little more narrow than, this is the standard, this is the EX. The head is just a little more narrow than the standard. I don't know if you can see that in the picture, in the video here, but it is, maybe if I stack them on top, try to get them centered. I don't know if I can do it without my big fingers in the way, but it's just a slight, it's not as wide basically on the top cap. So we are going to be using the standard today. I have used the standard and the EX on a head shave, and I've used the standard or the EX on a face shave in the last blizzard battles that I dropped yesterday. So we're going with the standard for a face shave today, and I'm going to talk about my experiences with it. So let's get a blade in here. Can't shave without a blade, right? Man, Barry, be prepared. Oh yeah, I have the blade right here. I am prepared. Let's get that loaded, and then I will show you what it looks like loaded with the standard. All right. There is the loaded razor. Let's get the face wet. And let's work on this lather. I only have 24 hours growth. So while using this razor, I was kind of thrown back the first time I used it. And that was because there is little to no blade fill. And those of you that know me know I like aggressive razors. I like a lot of blade fill. So much so, I hunt it down. Let's get some more water on this. But when the first time I shaved with this razor, I didn't even know if it was shaving. It was the smoothest, cleanest shave. Think Henson or Winning. I know a lot of you love those razors. I do love my Henson Titanium Plus Plus. But the thing about this one, you're not locked into that angle. You have more control. You can ride the cap, you can ride the bar with this one and still have that amazing, super smooth, comfortable, safe, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit, shave. Every time I turned around and put this through what paces I put it through, I'm not saying I'm a expert test pilot for razors at all, because I'm not, but I did put it through some tests. I'm gonna get a little bit more water on this that were for me. And remember, this was sent to me for review, well, for trial. They didn't ask me to make a video, but it was sent to me for a trial and to get my input. And I'm gonna give you guys my input as well. Fantastic lather going on here. All right. And so this is all just my personal experience, how this razor worked for me, how I enjoyed it, and the things I did with it. Now, my experiences may not be your experiences, and it's best to remember that and keep that in your mind. That just because I had the experience I had doesn't mean you will. But I hope you do, because I had a fantastic experience with this razor. Hold on one second. As you're about to find out. Now, I don't have my thoughts in a row or my notes or anything other than some stuff that I talked about with Maxwell June, so I may be all over the place, so I apologize. Here we go. This is the standard plate with a second use Tatara blade. So the thing that blew me away was just literally little to no blade feel. And when I compare this to the Henson or the Winning, this to me, honestly, and some of you are going to balk at me, blows those two razors away, being that you're not locked into that angle. If I change the angle, I'm still going to cut. I'm still going to get a shave, and I'm going to get it customized to how I wanted to do the shave. Now, as far as me talking about super safe, this morning, I did a head shave with the EX top cap, and I apologize if I end up saying base plate instead of top cap. Just know that it's habit for me to say base plate when I'm talking about adjustable razors of sorts. This one's not quite adjustable. It comes with options, but it can be adjustable if you have all those options. So if I say base plate, I mean top cap. I apologize. And I apologize, Maxwell June. In this morning's head shave, I decided to treat this razor, or use this razor and treat my shave as if I'm running late. I got to hurry up and get to work. I don't have time for a shave, but I'm going to do it anyway, so I'm going fast. I'm using too much pressure. I'm not using any care. I did that on purpose. I fully intended to have nicks, cuts, or at minimum a weeper. I absolutely had nothing. I was using too much pressure. I was shaving fast. I didn't really have to clean up much, probably because of the pressure I used. But let me tell you, when I was done, no irritation, nothing burning from the splash, nothing burning from the alum, and perfect, beautiful BBS shave on my head. It was ridiculous. Normally, if I'm in a hurry, I'm going to use the Feather F3 cartridge razor. I don't have to anymore with this guy. So take that for what it is. That may not be your experience, but it was definitely mine this morning. And once again, shocked. Now, as you can see, the clamping is so good on this. There is zero chatter, or as you can hear, I should say. And the feedback is a bit muted. Now let's go in more about the razor. All right. So it weighs just over 100 grams, and the geometry of the blade is almost exactly like, it's an exact copy of the top blade of the Maxwell June twin blade. If you're not familiar with that razor, go take a look at MaxwellJune.com's website and take a look at it. So it's the same geometry as the top blade of the twin blade, and it feels a lot like that. This is from Maxwell June. So the EX cap, as I said, has a shorter leading edge from his testings. Just changing the exposure works wonders because of the way the leading edge geometry works. So that's how they get added efficiency to the EX cap, versus expanding the gap or changing the geometry by using different base plates and top caps. So all they did was just shorten the leading edge. All right, let's get the face wet, go for the second pass. All right. Now the second surprise, or shock almost, but surprise, was yesterday's blizzard battles. I don't know if you saw it on my face or not. I was using the EX plate in that shave. And I was not concentrating on the shave at all. I was concentrating on the blizzard battles, the menthol of the soaps. When I was done with that shave, I was so BBS, I was worried I wasn't going to be able to make this video. And I didn't have to shave today. I had barely enough. You can hear that I've got some. But it shaves so well. And y'all know how my neck is. If you've watched any of my videos, y'all know how irritated my neck can get, how tough this section is. And when I was done, zero irritation, 100, probably the best BBS shave I have ever had, without even trying. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't going ham trying to chase that BBS. It just happened naturally with this razor. Amazing. Oh, going the wrong way. Now, but Barry, there's got to be something you can pick on about this razor. And any little thing that I could find to pick on about this razor is just a personal preference. It's so minute. At first, I wasn't sure I was going to enjoy the knurling, but it's soapy as can be right now. I don't know if you can see that. And you can see it on my fingers, and it's not slipping at all. It doesn't grip back like a lot of knurling, but it's perfect. It's smooth. It's a silky knurling. I love the design. I can't pick on anything about the design. If there's anything I thought of, Maxwell June's already thought of it and have told me they already have plans for things, such as different cap options. I assume, I didn't talk to them about it, but I assume just knowing how they do the twin blade, they're going to have different length options for the handle. Possibly even different handles you can choose from eventually. But for the launch, this is probably going to be it. It will be the standard plate with the barber pole knurling. So, and I would say I tried real hard. I tried real hard to find something, one thing that I could not say as a negative, but give constructive criticism about. And the shave speaks for itself, as I say. I really can't, like some things I still didn't like. Some razors may have shaved fantastic, but they were proprietary blades, or it was not a high quality medium the razor was made of. Guys, this is 316 stainless steel made in the USA for under $100. Who does that? Nobody. Made in the USA, machined, 316 stainless, under $100. Guys, if you know someone else that does that, let me know, because I don't. Will they offer it in different mediums, such as titanium or something? I don't know. And y'all know I like my titanium mainly because of my head shaves. I prefer a lighter razor. And that was another thing I was worried about, being stainless and the weight of it. I thought that was going to aid in me nicking my head, which is why I go for lighter razors, is mainly because of my head shaves. As I told you, the crazy shave I had today, 0 issues. Not a single weeper, not a single nick or cut. And I tried. I went in trying. Now, I didn't dig it into my face to physically harm myself, but I did put myself in a situation where I definitely probably would have nicked or cut myself with any other razor. It didn't happen. Ooh, that's a slick soap. All right, final pass. This razor will release, from what I know, tomorrow on Wednesday. What is that? The 3rd? Wednesday the 3rd? You know my memory stinks. Hopefully I got the date right. And it will be released at the price point of $89. $89. USA made, machined, beautiful stainless steel razor. Buy 2. I got a feeling these are going to blow off the shelf, guys. And I got a feeling once people get this in their hands and the word spreads even more, that this will be the hot item for the end of 2025, second half of 2025. So I highly suggest, and I don't have an affiliate. I'm not trying to I don't make any money off this by pushing sales. I'm not doing this because they sent me the razor. You guys know I'm honest. You guys know I don't monetize my channel. I don't do affiliate codes. I'm not in this to make money. I'm just in this for the passion. But I would highly suggest getting your hands on one if you're interested, because I got a feeling they're going to sell out. Again, just my personal opinion from my experiences with this razor. Once people get their hands on it and more word spreads, the hype train will be pulling out of the station at full speed. But it is well deserved. This razor is fantastic. All right, let me get a rinse, come back up for the splash, my final thoughts. Be right back. All right, fantastic shave. Now, during that rinse, and this is the first time I've used the standard plate in a video, I wanted you to have another first impressions from me, like some of my other videos using this razor, even though I wasn't really talking about the razor, I was talking about the other products I was using. But I did comment a little bit. Now, using the standard plate, let me inspect my white towel here, make sure there's no weepers, nothing, it's all clean. Now, using the standard plate, I am noticing not quite as efficient a shave for me in my tough areas, right down here. Not compared to what I shaved with yesterday using the EX plate. So there is a marked difference between the standard and the EX plate. That change in width of that top cap, and it supposedly is adding a little bit of exposure, but it's not adding any blade feel, just exposure to the blade. That slight change makes a difference, and it's a unique way to approach this. Let me know if there's another razor out there that does that, because I don't know of one that everything is the same except for a little bit more exposure on the blade without changing blade feel or the geometry. It's very unique. The comfort level, the feel of the shave in both the standard and the EX are exactly the same to me. In my experience, I don't feel a difference between the two when using them. But the feel after the shave, there's definitely a difference. The EX is just that step up in efficiency, and it's the right step. It's the perfect level for me and my shave, my face, my beard. It's the perfect level for me to get that great shave. I have a damn fine shave, BBS on most of the face, little bit of cleanup I can do down here. I'm not going to worry about it, but here and here, my usual two areas, still zero irritation. Let's see what the aftershave says about that. Nothing. Just a typical little, no stinging, no zinging. Oh, that smells good. So, again, I am impressed with their thought process, the engineering on this razor, their approach, thinking outside the box, I assume. I mean, maybe there's another razor out there that does that. I'm just not familiar with it, if there is. But again, I don't know about every single razor ever made. But what I will tell you is the new Maxwell June DE razor. I wonder if they're going to come up with a name for it other than Maxwell June. Who knows? It's just called the Maxwell June 3-piece DE razor. Guys, this thing is a win. This thing is a win-win. This is a triple win. I can't say enough good things about it, honestly. And I feel like I wish I was able to purchase this and say these words, because I think they would mean more to you guys than if it was sent to me. And but I can't say enough good things. I'm not trying to sing its praises just because. You can ask a lot of people I've spoken to, and you guys know who I usually hang with, how much I've been talking this razor up since I got it. My close friends that I chat with daily in the community know how much I'm in love with this razor. It's not going to replace my Osprey or anything else, but man, this is a very welcome addition to my den. That's all I got, guys. If you have any questions, hit me up down below. You can also reach out to Maxwell June themselves. They're active on Instagram, and they also have a customer service website or email on their website. This will release Wednesday. I'm not sure if there's a certain time, but it'll be Wednesday the 3rd for $89. It's going to be the standard plate only for now. They're working on how to bring out the EX plate for now, but it will be the standard plate, and trust me, you will not be disappointed in that standard plate whatsoever. The only option I believe at first is going to be the as machined, and they'll be adding other options as it goes. I'm not 100% certain on that. I may be surprised when we see the website, but that's the information I have right now, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Find your peace in what and where you can. We'll see you next time on the Texan Shaves. Goodbye.